Alrighty, how we doing, everybody? What is up? Happy freaking Saturday to you. Hope everyone's doing well. Another wonderful October week. Well, actually, first October weekend. I was about to say another wonderful one, but it's the first one of October. But the weather's just a little bit crispy, cool outside. It's beautiful. We love it. Obviously, we're getting into some D&D today, and as always, I'm going to be giving my thank you, Dave. Thank you for the applause until the end of the show. We will, as always, I'm going to be giving all my attention to the DM and to my friends, to the group, so that they, DM has put a lot of work into this, and I find it distracting for them if I'm constantly talking to chat. So if I see a message, I might type back to you in a response, but don't get offended if I am wrapped up into what we are doing. If you want to get caught up on 84 with Real Feel since 96. If you want to get caught up on this campaign, if you're new to it, I will end up editing and putting all, like this session that we do, I'll end up editing and put it on the YouTube channel so that you guys can keep watching if you miss any of the action that happens today, or if you just want to get caught up in general, because we've been playing for over 2 years now, so there's a lot of episodes. You can binge watch it and enjoy it that way. But for now, I'm going to give my attention to the group, and we'll start D&Ding. Champ, you wonderful human. 32 months, let's go.
Yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that.
Appreciate it, buddy. I'll make sure I get your name into the box for the drawing of the Humble Bundle game at the end of the month. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, now we'll head over and play some D&D. Alrighty, gang. Oop. I messed up. There we go. Get this just right. And we probably don't need this right now. Uh-oh. I broke it at things. Un momento.
Oh, no.
I wish I could auto subscribe with my Prime membership. I would use it for you every single time.
Oh my God!
Right.
You choose me every single time. You're just a guy standing in front of another guy, telling him you love him. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And
well, I would pick you up from the airport. That's how much I love you.
True.
Well, let's get married in Ireland.
That's real love. That's real love.
True. Guys, stop fighting over it. You all love me, okay? Like you don't have to one up each other. It's fine. All right, I think I'm all set and good. Ready when you are.
Okay, fantastic. We find ourselves back. We return to the party after a good session the last time. In terms of threats we encountered and made our way throughout the town of Luskan. Basically, as the party, were really taking the time, real due diligence on what their next move was going to be. They employed not only democracy, the luck of flipping a coin, outright to the point of Claude just huffing and going, I don't care where we go, let's just pick somewhere to go. And with that, the party made their way out of Luskan, still pretty much undecided on exactly where they were going. The two main goals that they had in mind was the neck of the woods area of the forest, as well as Borson's homeland. Basically, it's a temple or a monument or a structure high up in the mountains. While making their decision, they came across the most boring man with his most boring of swans, which gained no interaction with the party whatsoever.
Stop looking at me, swan.
Before they came across a extremely talented painter who created their memento of their journeys to date so far, with everybody's inner beauty being seen, including a significantly better looking Tobin, but also with Logon with the party at this time. Following their confusion with this unusual painter, the party basically decided to kind of camp up for the night, get some rest, and really decide where they want to go the next day. The latest hint seemed to be up towards the mountains, up towards the Borsons area, especially because they have Porter with them at this time, and he seemed to have a little bit more knowledge of that. However, while Porter is already awake, as the rest of the party are stirring from their campsites, they do also find themselves being likely woken by the lute that Bodok is playing at the campsite. And just as Bodok is getting into his groove and he's really starting to, emphasize the morning sun and the dew, and you can almost feel this coming, he gets a very similar sensation when he just hears that eerie voice coming from his lute, and all he hears suddenly is stage fright. And Bo collapses. He has passed out, seemingly in the deepest sleep out there. Anyone who checks his pulse or checks what's going on can see that he's still alive. It's a very, very heavy sleep, and every so often he snores or he grunts or possibly troubled by the odd nightmare, but he seems to be unconscious at this time, and no matter what the party have been able to do, they haven't been able to stir it. So we find ourselves, as the party is waking up, with Bo basically wrapped around Porter's neck, almost like a travel pillow. He's basically just wrapped around it, like just the sheer size difference in him. So we're going to have today's adventure with Bo currently out for the count, but still being transported by Porter throughout our adventures. Porter, whenever anyone looks towards Porter, Porter doesn't even notice the weight difference, the size of him compared to the size of Bo, and he's just basically almost got him wrapped around his neck. The most musical travel pillow that we have. So that brings us to our party. Waking up in the morning. Whoever wants to jump in, let me know, and we can get going. And what all you really see is some people might have seen what happened to Bo. You can say that. What you do see is Porter sitting alone at the edge of our campsite, looking towards the mountain. Very similar, almost. It seems like a blank stare, similar to how you found him at the beach when he was looking out over the water. Just pointing that direction. Very little sort of energy about him, but he's still pointing in the general direction of where you believe to be Borson's temple.
There's one thing I think we haven't tried yet. Claude slaps Bo. Anything happen?
Yeah, do you want to do a strength check?
Do I want to?
Yeah.
You're the one who proposed this.
That's not so bad.
I'm
It's an
here just to facilitate your wishes. It's clearly a non-lethal slap, obviously. So.
And Tommy's over. He's kind of whittling some wood with a little knife, and he like glances up. He's like, "I tried that about 20 minutes ago," and he just keeps whittling away. Something about that stupid musical instrument he keeps playing. I don't know. I can't wake him. Luckily,
well, we've tried everything.
Porter agreed to kind of hoist him on our way here, but doesn't seem like physical maneuvering with him is going to wake him from this slumber. Hopefully, it's just a sleep it off kind of situation, and he goes back to just kind of whittling. Yeah. It doesn't look like Tommy is whittling, but it does not look like anything. Like he is like, it's like he's trying to pass time until everyone else wakes up, and it's not a hobby he normally does, but he doesn't know what else to do with himself out in a forest because it's just, or out in the kind of woody
somewhere.
area.
You got to practice.
Yeah,
you have
exactly.
To practice whittling. You don't just start as a whittling expert.
So right now it just looks like a kind of a point, almost like a pencil, and then some like weird grooves coming down on both sides as he's trying to figure out what it's going to be.
Awesome.
Rian's gonna cast message on Bo, And just, hey, you gonna get up, dude?
So a bit, you almost get the equivalent of huh? But right back to this unusually deep sleep.
Guess he's just worn out.
Did you get anything?
I can carry him when we decide to go on our way. So do not worry about your friend. I shall keep him safe.
Yeah, there's that too. Where are we going? Are we
Up, up, up the mountain.
as a party breaks out into Demon Slayer?
Yeah.
A whole dance mob. We just start. It's like I think again we've kind of discussed this, and Claude, you've kind of led us up to this point with a lot of our decisions, but I don't know. I feel strongly about having the mountain or heading towards the mountain, especially since Porter knows somebody there. I think going somewhere that we know somebody is better than going into the unknown.
How far out are we, Porter? Would you estimate from here?
We would be over half a day, and he's not even looking at you when he's talking. You can see his head is still pointed that way. Even if you were to sort of step around to the side, try to make eye contact with him, he's not really looking at you. Same way when you've been looking at his face, it's still the cold, the grey, sort of blue, on the eye. It's imagine almost like the worst sort of version of cataracts is kind of what you're looking at. He doesn't have cataracts, but it's that there's not a lot of detail, not a lot of sort of spark in those eyes, and he's still very much his face is pretty much pointed in the way to go, and you can see some slightly less traveled paths in front of him that are ascending up that mountain, and you can just see the little sort of little tiny arch from where you can see. So I'd say it would take you over half of the day. So say if it's 9 o'clock, you're probably looking closer to say a 3 or a 4 in the afternoon.
On another note, how you doing? You got something on your mind?
I am concerned of our impending predicament. I have not seen my friend for can't even tell how long it has been. Part of me wants to be happy that I get to see him. Part of me is worried about what I might find.
There's something you think we should be prepared for?
I tend to think that just time itself is undefeated, and I am already very, very old, and sometimes I lose track of that compared to other species that are out there, such as the dwarves, such as humans. So I don't know of anything. I just know from our conflict at the portal, at the Roots Canal. I know that Borson returned home to guard what he considered to be his most prized possession. That's what made me think that he is the direction to go to, because it came from that conflict. It's a branch of what he called his world tree. Over the years, I've heard many people rumor and talk about this, and how protective if he was of it, and how much it meant to him. And if anyone could keep a branch like that alive this time, it would be him.
sake, I hope he's in good health. We find him unharmed.
I do too. I must prepare you the path to the temple is treacherous, so I would ask you to prepare. I have natural armor and have been exposed to these elements for a very long time. I would suggest that you, as smaller individuals, do the same.
For all
Well-
of our sake, I will offer a prayer to Helm.
I appreciate that.
Tommy kind of claps his hands. Well, with that wisdom and knowledge, and not foreboding at all, what do we say we hit the road? Trying to very much cut the vibe a little bit. He's like, Tommy doesn't want to think about impending doom that he's walking towards. So,
Yeah.
even if it's not that, he's just like, all right. So we hit the road and get going.
Yeah.
And he kind
Cool.
of stuffs his little whittling stuff into his pocket and stands up.
If there's any way, if you're trying to get a sense of what he might be explaining or trying to convey at this time, is that there has been a definite shift in the weather. So it's it's already quite cold here at this base level of this mountain now. So you can imagine it's going to get a lot colder. There's definitely a wind chill factor involved in this as well. You don't get the feeling that this is unusual, similar to the density of the fog, while there is still some fog in and around these areas. The coldness just seems kind of more attuned or more aligned to what you'd expect with this less traveled, less explored, this territory that is really been occupied by a hardier folk.
When we look up on this mountain, are we seeing like snow cap tops type mountains, or is it just look rocky with okay? Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
ominous.
Yeah, so that's obviously the timing's a little bit off, but basically as you're getting up there, so there's a combination of the fog, and by the time you're sort of even getting this sort of distance away, it's going to get darker, it's going to get cold. It is sort of caverns and very. These are not well maintained or well traveled roads or paths. These are makeshift paths. These are routes that people take. They're rough. They're uneven. Just not comfortable. And that's basically what you're looking up towards. And this is even as you sort of begin your journey. You can be kind of talking about this even as you're beginning to walk, because you're not feeling this sort of bitter cold yet as you're going up towards it, and you can kind of see this. The only sort of the only unnatural element you're starting to see among this silhouette is this beginning of a dome or a structure here. Everything else is rock face and cliffs and crumbling edges and just rough terrain.
As we kind of begin walking, and we're Tommy's like, whenever he has a little bit of nerves or whatever, he, without thinking about it, he'll pull out a pistol, he'll do a couple flips with it, put it back, and like, so as we're kind of walking and we're getting a little further, depending on how conversation and stuff is going, you just randomly see him go, and it's a very like, he doesn't even realize he's really doing it. It's just a very like a nervous habit, of something to do with his hands. But
it's a fidget spinner.
Yeah,
D&D style.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Fine. That's
and and he's like, boy, if old Bo over there wasn't knocked out, we could really use a happier tune heading towards this mountaintop.
As you're making your way up towards mine, you do start to see broken or cracked examples of carvings, especially in the rock face. Anyone who can read Dwarven is starting to recognize some of these as being Dwarven, basically just lettering. As you can imagine, most of their signage, especially in this sort of rough terrain, is pretty much embedded into the rock face itself. You're not getting nice wood maintained signage, and even then it probably wouldn't survive this terrain. It would have been blown off cliff edges and down into gorges as they went along.
Ca-
Can anybody understand Dwarven?
I can. Can I do like an investigation or perception to see if I'm picking up any words as we're going or sentences?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you're going along, Tommy, you are fidgeting basically with the pistol, and you're starting to see some signs which really kind of almost are a little bit directional. You know, if you're seeing little kind of forks in this, basically, what we're trying to say, unorthodox pathway, you're getting little indications of which pathways are the safer ones to take, which there would have been a risk of the party not seeing if they didn't have that within them. So basically, the path, at least the sort of first stage, is thankfully it's as easy as it could have possibly been, given that you are ascending a rough mountaintop. So there haven't been any sort of challenges or anything within that. You do start to see a few more relics as you went along, and you're starting to see the word Valhen. So Valhen, Valhen, with directional indications in here. So you get the feeling that where you're being pointed towards is this, and you're seeing signs. Most commonly, Claude, you might recognize as well, some sort of very common religious indications or scribings along the way. So you're getting the idea that this is some sort of a temple that you're going towards, or a sacred area known as Valhen. And as you come across, the wind is starting to pick up. You're getting that real wind chill factor as you're being exposed to the elements a little bit more. Tommy, I imagine you're taking the lead.
If Porter's not taking the lead, if Porter has taken the lead, I'm literally like step by or as close as I can, step by step, and kind of pointing out the signage that I'm seeing. Or if he hasn't taken the lead, I am in the front, and I'll keep like pointing out. Seems like this way. This way seems better.
So for this first stage, there would have been enough space for you to be side by side at the front.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As we're moving into this sort of second area, the ascent becomes a little bit steeper, a little bit rougher again. Porter has suggested that you go in front of him.
Okay.
Just because as far as he's concerned, you get the feeling that if you slipped, he'd be able to catch you.
I like that.
And Bo's still on the back of him, and even Porter's wrapped like another bit of a blanket around his neck. It's not even covering half of his shell. It's just completely covering Bo as it goes along.
Bo's like a human scarf for him. As it gets colder, he wraps him a little tighter.
So Tommy, with you being out the front, probably the first thing that you're getting across is as you're coming towards some of these sort of holy areas, you do start to see like murals, but dwarven murals, which means they're carved into the rock face, and you see a dwarf at the base of an area. There's a tree stretching out across this rock face. The tree, as it's looking into the rock face, it looks like it's touching the stars, and the roots are very, very deep within this area. And with that dwarven figure kneeling at the bottom, their arms are entwined with the roots itself, and there's an inscription which is in Dwarven. So I'll tell you this, and obviously you decide whether you tell the party, but the words on it are: the heart of the world is not found in its roots, but in those who tend them. So tend, T-E-N-D. So the heart of the world is not found in its roots, but in those who tend them.
Yeah, so Tommy would have if at that stop, he would have stopped us, kind of brushed away the excess dirt and whatever, trying to get the image and figuring out the words, and kind of call back to everybody rough, like he would have said the words, but maybe not in quite that same exact way. Like he has dwarves because of being on the ship with other people that are dwarves and like learned it, but I wouldn't say he's super fluent. So he's like, all right, so there's something like, so it looks, say the line again. Sorry, I didn't write it down.
So the line goes: the heart of the world is not found in its roots, but in those who tend to them.
Yeah, so he would have been like, the heart world does not with the roots, but like the people that tend them, and he'll like say it again,
Yeah.
and then he's like, wait, no. So it's, and then he eventually gets to like the right sentence that you just said, but like
Yeah.
it takes him 2 or 3 times of like, okay, wait, no,
Yeah.
that word is this, and then he'll call it back to everybody. So this is what it says.
Yeah.
Do you guys think maybe it has something to do with what we saw,
Yeah.
those visions and stuff?
Tuggles as well, if I'm correct. Tuggles understands Dwarven, so can provide a secondary
That
sort
is
of confirmation that. So although Tommy's his translation is correct, maybe didn't inspire the greatest confidence than when he was trying to say it. So
the
Tuggles at
muffin
least can
of the
provide that
world
it's
is not found. The quiche of the world.
No, that one's that one's definitely heart. I know that one.
Heart.
Yeah.
There we go.
And
Yeah.
we get there together. Like, no, this
Yes.
and this, which definitely doesn't, me being in the front, being the leader,
Yeah.
definitely doesn't give good confidence. But he still yells it back because of the wind howling and us kind of almost in a straight line. I'm assuming because of the narrow of the path. He yells back what
Yeah.
he's seen and what it says, and then he continues forward, assuming others will look at it and as they come up to that portion.
As you're just about to sort of describe that, and the wind is really picking up, and it's starting to really cut through you, and you're trying to find yourself bundled up. The temperature has significantly dropped, not only by starting to see little flickers of snow on that, but the wind as it's passing through these valleys and these gullies and these gorges is really cutting into you. You can really truly begin to understand why this is a path not often traveled. There's very little shelter, if any, as he goes along. If anything, the only break that you get sometimes is when the cliff edges kind of steer out, but then that creates that very nervous moment where you have to go around the outside edge of a cliff as you continue along the path, and you start to hear in amongst the wind it's swirling, and every so often you start to hear things like "come home" in amongst the wind, very very light, to the point that no one is really sure if they're actually hearing words or if it's just their mind playing on them, or if it's just the way the wind is coming through. But you're hearing "come home, just like your mother in that closet you never wanted anyway. This is all your fault." And even hearing animal cries of pain and suffering and empty bellies and stomach pains, etc., as it goes along. And you're continuing to make your way up towards this mountain, as each of you seem to be plagued with a slightly different message being heard on the wind.
Tommy won't say anything out loud, but he definitely looks over his shoulder to see if Porter is reacting to anything. Do I get any impression from Porter that he's hearing or seeing anything? Or all right, then if he looks completely confident, Tommy turns back to the front and just continues walking. But he's like, "Oh shit, I'm hearing things." Like, and he's just like, he doesn't call it out to anybody because he doesn't want anybody else to freak out.
Okay.
Did the any of the religious symbolism or the phrase that we found carved into the rock, did that give me any kind of indication to what religion or what god they might be worshiping?
Yeah, I believe it's so it's a dwarven god, but it almost seems to be one that's even older than you would expect. So it's not actually one that you're particularly you may have heard of different sort of dwarven gods along this line, but even with the lack of understanding, it's very old. And you don't even get the real feeling from the words that Tommy was saying that, you know, a god itself wasn't being mentioned. It was about an area. It's about an ethos. It's a way of living. Seems to be what's being talked about or what's being cared for in this area, as opposed to an actual single deity.
Okay, I want to ask Porter about it, but I'll wait until we're kind of like in a more sheltered area. It sounds like things are kind of rough, so just kind of I want to circle back to.
Tuggles or Tell. Is there anything you guys want to take a look at, investigate, or sort of make your way on forwards?
Nothing in particular for me. I do, though, when we get back to marching, if it's more of like a single file kind of style, I want to be kind of
It's
holding
getting
up
there.
the rear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to keep on the back and kind of, stay behind everybody and just be at the back of the line when we move up.
Okay, fantastic. We'll get to a marching order there in a second. Can
Okay.
I ask everybody to do a DC Wisdom saving throw, please?
11
Oh.
for Claude.
There's a
Okay.
5 for me, Tuggles.
3 for Tommy.
Right.
20.
Okay. Anyone who got less, everybody who got less than a 14. Okay. Anybody got less than 14? First of all, you're going to take 4 points of psychic damage. So it's like this is like not only have these voices in, they've crept in there and they're attacking your brain. It's like migraine and brain freeze, like incredibly painful, and it's to the point that you're starting to lose your footing as you are very close to the edges of these cliff areas. Everybody who failed that, you take your 4 points of damage. Can you now roll a DC? Sorry, a dexterity saving throw.
A 16 for Tuggles.
Okay, so we're looking for everybody who got less than a 10
What was it? Dexterity?
dexterity save.
Got a 10 exactly.
10 exactly.
I got 13.
Okay, and Tuggles passed as well. Claude, you lose your footing at the moment, so a combination of the headache, the wind, maybe the wind catching your shield because you're carrying sort of the bulkiest equipment. You take a stumble on that, and basically you do slip towards or kind of lose your footing a little bit towards the edge of this pathway, but not enough to make you fall over or anything. Okay, so but you do lose your footing. You're on the ground at the moment. Who passed the wisdom saving throw earlier on the 14?
I did.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Very good. Right. Okay. So you have that moment. Everyone sort of gets the pain in the head at the moment, and Claude stumbles. Claude gets help to his feet. Tommy's at the front. Tuggles at the back. Porter's right behind Tommy. Rowan, Tell, Claude, whereabouts do you want to be in terms of order?
If Tommy and Porter are in the front and Tuggles is in the
Yeah.
back, then I guess I'll go right in the middle so it can react to either the front or the back if something happens.
I think Rand's after that. Kind of wrestling with voices in the head again and keeps reaching down, kind of stopping
Yeah.
and reaching down to pet Tobin and get
Yeah.
a little emotional help.
Yeah. Tobin himself is trying his best there, but he's really starting to shiver. And his feet, all of your feet, as you continue to move forward, you can hear more and more snow crunching and sort of loose stones underneath your feet as you're continuing along. So basically, we got Tommy, Porter, Tell, Claude, Rain, and Tuggles as we're continuing along. Okay. We're reaching about midday at this point, so you have been traveling for quite a while. No one, unless anyone sort of wants to talk about it now, no one's really sort of mentioned to this point these voices that you think you heard. People are as much being distracted by the sheer biting cold at this time. As you are continuing, you are thankfully starting to see more and more of the temple as you're coming through it. And you can see the stairways. You can see a very narrow path along this area with snow that has been sitting for a long time. It's quite iced over on that, and this is just naturally because of how high you are above sea level, and just the persistent chill and cold on the land. as you're making your way towards this ledge, um, the wind is still picking up, and you're starting to feel more and more snow, and you're starting to hear, you know, creaks and creaks of snow and rain face as you're making your way towards the mountain. Tommy's still up at the front. Tommy, imagine you guys are coming along, and these are, let's say, natural steps as opposed to very, structured steps, but still well traveled. You know, they are more natural steps. You can see they have been made into steps because, of course, individuals were coming to this temple, but these are few and far between. As you can see the opening of the temple, you now know that you get the feeling that this path used to be a lot wider. Okay, but now it's very narrow. It's right up against the rock. You're not even looking 5-6 feet of a space for you to go through. Even Porter himself, who's at that, has already started to stand sideways. He was going to put his back up to the rock, but to the rock face, but he's remembered the bow is there, so now he's actually kind of more up against it like this. You guys can still stand comfortably. Like your feet are there. You got to keep them sort of shoulder width. You're not going to get much more space than that. The difficulty for yourself is more going to be the surface tension or lack thereof as you're making around this rock face. How do you want to proceed?
Well, Tommy will do that leader thing where he's in the front but calls back, "We're almost there, but it gets kind of rough up here," even though everyone can see that we're almost there. It's just like the person in the front always has to be like, "Yo, we're just about there. It gets a little rough. Watch your footing." And I will do my back to the wall sidestepping to even if I could be straight.
Yeah.
I want to have as much, like, if there's any grippy onto the side wall as I can as I scoot forward.
Yeah, so you do have rough rock face. Sometimes the sharpness of it is both an advantage and a disadvantage. Sometimes the sharpness can give a textured element that gives you something to hold on to, but it also is pressing into your back as you're doing that. So it's giving you something to sort of hold on to. Can I ask you, basically, as you're going along, your footing is really, really rough. You're having to be very, very focused as you're doing this. You do have Porter nearby. Can I ask you to do either an acrobatics or a strength check to maintain your footing as you basically are shimmying across this edge?
That is a 26 for acrobatics.
Okay, cool. So you are almost, rather than trying to hold your grip, you're almost using the edge, the ice, the smoothness to kind of slide yourself, almost like, whoa, sometimes when, if you ever lose your footing on ice, but you do somehow regain it really quickly, even before you could react to it, you're like, right, and you've kind of made it around that, made it around this corner, and Porter is there behind you, and he is taking it very, very slow. His sheer weight is even enough to kind of break down some of the ice that's around him, which is giving him a little bit of extra traction on that. But he is very, very slow as he goes around. And that is a combination of, yes, the extra care he's taking because he's carrying bow. The second fact that he is a turtle by nature. And third, it's just him being extra careful as he makes his way around this.
Yeah, Tommy definitely does the thing where he's like, if it's a bad situation, let's go quickly instead of going slowly.
Yeah.
But it actually works in his favor because he almost, like on a lake, he's kind of just like a frozen lake. He's kind of doing like a side shuffle, feet together, slide shuffle again, feet together, slide shuffle again, and it's just like almost gliding across it.
Yeah. So the only downside to Porter's prudent nature or prudent attempt to go around this is his sheer mass has caused, and you can actually see one of the points where the rock face underneath one of his feet just completely snaps off about the size of his foot, and it just drops straight down, and you can just hear it echoing, bang and bang and banging as it's going down towards that. He doesn't fall or anything, but it's just enough that his weight was enough to not only break this, but also demonstrate the perilous nature of this cliff face.
And Tommy's very like, all right, come on, big guy, come on, we gotta leave some path for everybody else. And like, he's like, Porter's going a little too slow. He's like,
Yeah.
Come on, bud. Come on, man.
Cool. Okay. Tell, I believe you're third. Is there anything you want to do to prepare to make your way around this?
No, just bundle up and get ready.
Cool. Can you do a acrobatics or a strength check for me, please? Whichever one's higher for you.
A natural 1, but 3.
Okay. So as you begin, you've seen Tommy, you've seen what Porter is doing. You'd maybe tried to follow Porter a little bit too close, and the part that gave way from him distracted you, and you slipped, and you're now hanging off the edge of the cliff on that. So you have grabbed it, but you are holding on for dear life at the moment. The person who's coming next, which I believe is Claude. Claude, you now have to try to get there, but because you are rushed with the attempted work, your roll is at a disadvantage.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Acrobatics or strength, whichever one is higher for yourself.
Acrobatics or strength. Here we go. 15 on strength.
Okay, that is exactly what you needed. Congratulations. So you barely make it there, and you've just done enough to be able to hold Tal to keep him from falling. Because you just saved, it's not enough. You haven't been able to gain enough of a position to pull him up yet, but you have at least stopped him from falling at this time. As Rian comes up behind you, holding Tobin. I'm going to suggest you have to lift up Tobin, because Tobin's not going to walk along that path on his own.
Question.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you don't have to lift him up. I'm just saying. Yeah, question. Go ahead.
Are the voices getting louder, more insistent?
No, you can kind of hear some stuff on the wind, but
Okay.
in a similar way to the way brain freeze would affect you, it doesn't keep happening at you. It almost caught you off guard at that time as you were making your way there. So no, you don't have that persistent mental anguish.
Good. Athletics or dexterity?
Acrobatics or strength.
Or totally
Yeah.
not the right things. All of them are 0 anyway, so.
Yeah, you
But
picked the
you're
wrong
saying
things, DM.
Tell's legs are dangling. Tell's barely hanging on to the edge of the cliff face. Claude quite swiftly made his way there, but doesn't have enough of a fun to be able to grab and hold on to it. And Rian, you got?
A 7.
Okay, cool. Where are you holding Tobin?
Like, under both
Okay.
legs, full around
Okay.
trying to.
Cool. Claude, right as you were just there, you're almost kind of on one knee and one arm down is holding Tell. And right behind you, someone who was coming to help you, they slip, they fall, they're about to go over the edge of the cliff. What do you do?
Can I grab both? Can I hold Tell
You
with one
can.
arm and grab Rian?
There's 3 people and you only have 2 arms.
Strength check. Yeah. Tommy, you can get ready to react as well because you're seeing this happening as well. So don't be thinking you're stuck there.
Tommy keeps walking away.
Porter wants to help as well, but maybe you two are debating of is it smart because Porter is the strongest one, but he's also the heaviest, or what can be done. So we'll come back to you in 1 second. Ryan, you were trying to help, and in your willingness to help, you lost your footing on this. You didn't quite grasp exactly what this was going to be like. You've now slipped. You've bumped against the side. It's almost sliding into Claude. So you slid into the back of him, and that caused you to lose your footing, and you started to stumble, and you're on the edge. Your feet drop down, so it's enough. If you were imagine trying to get out of a swimming pool, it's enough to get your arm like this. You're kind of barely hanging on to the edge like this. You're not like fingertips or anything. You're barely holding on. What do you want to do?
So technically levitate is only for one creature, but I'm holding Tobin and it's up to 500 pounds.
Okay, I'm going to say that in your, let's say, natural protectiveness, you basically had to throw Tobin onto the path. So Tobin is there. You just because he's not. You can choose that, or you can throw him down the gorge. You're the call. I don't care if you're throwing him against onto the ground on the wall. this is one of those like
Why?
telltale moments where as Tobin goes flying down the gorge, he goes, "Toby will remember this." so yeah, you
Alright.
know, be happy that you're throwing them against the at least towards the wall.
I don't want us to all domino into each other, so I'm gonna use the levitate and get back onto
Yeah.
the cliff face, I guess.
Yeah, is levitate, is that a first level spell or cantrip or what is it?
It's a second level spell, but it's weird because it's like part of being an air genasi, so I can only cast it once per long rest.
Okay, so it's like an ability for yourself. Okay, so you've got levitate. That is enough to at least. Are you looking to lift yourself up? Are you looking to lift Tel? What are you looking to do? 'Cause you've got one
fear of
creature.
the moment, I'm just doing myself to try to get up there and
Yeah.
get stable
Okay, cool.
again.
So you got like whoosh, lift up. You kind of you barely get your footing onto that. You're there. You're able to help Claude if you want to. Just for your Tuggles, while you were kind of seeing in this split second of Rian sliding over, bumping into the back of Claude, falling down, reactively utilizing levitate to get back up onto the surface. You're a large individual, slightly smaller than Porter. What do you want to do?
Yeah, so I was kind of in the back, rustling through my bag, and I kind of looked up, and I'm like, "All right, guys, I got this rope," and I see everybody kind of hanging off the edge, and I'm like, "Ah!" Everybody looks stable right now, or people are still in imminent danger?
Tel's still dangling. Claude's
Okay.
got a hold of him.
Okay.
And Rian is supportively just glad that she's got a half, I don't know, you're maybe half balancing your attention between the Tobin that you flew to save him, flung onto the surface to save him, as well as Claude, who's just maintaining his balance not only for himself but for Tel.
How far? What's like the distance between where I am before the little path starts and where they're at on the path? Is it like...
Let's go with 5 feet before the path, and then say another 10 feet to where these guys are.
Okay. So I would like to make my way to where the path starts. I don't want to
Okay.
jump onto the path yet.
Yeah.
Can I like toss some rope out? Maybe
Of course,
it's helpful. Yeah, can I toss? I'll toss some rope out to. Not the dangling people. I think I'll toss it to. Yeah, I'll toss it over and see if maybe.
You've got Rian as the closest. Claude
Yeah.
is
That's what I'm
knelt down,
thinking.
holding on to Tel, and Tommy's at the other side. Tommy's about 25 feet away. It's not a particularly large ledge.
Okay.
It's just the precarious because of the surface and the fact that it is a cracked or.
So
thin.
I'll hold on to the one end of the rope, and I'm gonna toss
Yep.
the other end to Rain and see
Mhm.
maybe if that's like we can make like an anchoring point, like I'll
Okay.
keep this end just to be safe, you keep that end and work on the people that are half off the cliff.
Cool. Rian, how confident are you of anchoring somebody the size of Tuggles?
No, not for me, for Claude and-
Don't worry.
Claude and
Don't worry,
Tel.
I know you're not swinging.
Yeah, hold me. Ooh, he just like comes
Yeah.
whipping around.
Yeah, I'm fine with you throwing it towards towards Rian. Rian, I'm happy enough for you to catch it. Even if you did drop it, you're able to pick it up. It lands pretty close to you. What's your plan between the two of you?
I was thinking maybe just pass like kind of feed the rope down to them to Claude and Tel rather than me trying to be like, all right, I'm gonna toss this to you and you try to catch it while you're dangling. We'll
Yeah.
kind of it was like a safer route.
Cool. As you're conveying that, Tommy, you're on the other side of the ledge with Porter. What's your
Me,
thoughts?
me and Porter had like 2 or 3 minutes of going back and forth where I'm guessing he instantly wanted to step out as kind of a helper, a protector, like a bigger person. And I'm like, no, big guy. Like, we need the ledge. If you go out there and break the ledge, it makes us in a better situation. So we had like a back and forth for a couple seconds of like,
You had about 30 seconds
Yeah.
at most.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
As
Sorry,
this
yeah,
is going
yeah,
on,
not
so
minutes, but
no,
like,
don't worry. I just so Tel's not there going legs dangling, wiggling for like
Yeah.
3 minutes.
yeah, he
Yeah.
tries to step forward. I put a hand on him. I'm like, no, we need the ledge. I got this, and I will go back out onto the ledge. I'm like, I'm coming, Tell, I'm coming. And I'm
Okay, so you're gonna make your way towards there, as this rope is being fed across. Tell, how you feel?
Scared.
Yeah.
Just
Let's
hang
do a strength check for you, just as you're sort of dangling there. This is not about holding on because you've got Claude to support you. This is about you potentially being able to at least make it easier to pull yourself up and maybe take a little bit of the dead weight off of Claude. Yeah, so you're starting to get a little bit of a footing on that. Claude, you start to feel a lot less pressure on your arm and have therefore gained quite a bit more stability as you feel less being dragged down over the edge. You get the feeling that there's less weight or less of an impact from the weight of Tell there, but thankfully he's still there. It's not like he's really light because he's gone. So
Rian's still holding the end of the rope.
Yep.
I'm gonna Misty step to the other side so that we have the rope taut across and people can use it.
Nice.
sick.
So, Tuggles, as you were doing that, as you were sort of throwing it to Rain, you almost it's a very weird visual because the Misty Step and the part of the mist of the rope that Rain was holding this Misty Step almost temporarily disappears into the air. But then the entire rope goes taut and goes quite tight on you because now it's the full length of it is at the other side of the ledge. And it's almost creating a handrail of sorts. It's kind of along the edge of this. So it is circled around Claude and Tell at this time. Tell has got his footing. Claude is thankfully a little bit more stable as he's there. And Tommy, right as you were about to make your way towards Tell, Rain just Misty Step right beside you.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Nearly enough, your footing nearly gets lost there, and you're right at the other end of things. So that fright is enough, but you're able to maintain yourself. Yeah.
I just picture a domino effect, right? Now I slide into her, kick her legs out from under. We're both sliding towards.
Yeah.
Rian hands you some of the other part of the rope. Like, help me hold this
Do
tight.
do I believe that the rope is long enough to get to Porter?
Porter would have to come towards you a little bit.
All right, then Tommy.
You can ask him to walk towards you, but he's not going to be on the ledge because the part you're at's not quite on the ledge. Wayne has got to the other side of the ledge. You hadn't made your way onto the ledge. As you were making your way towards the ledge, then Rain just appears beside you. So
Okay.
If this is the case, you're on the picture. You're over here at the moment, and these guys are basically dangling at this narrow part.
Okay.
So
Then Tommy will, since I haven't gone out on the ledge, Tommy will take the end of the rope and wrap it around his waist, and then kind of almost sit down and whatever best way I can is dig my heels into the ground. So Tommy pretty much takes a seat with it wrapped around him and digs his heels in.
yeah, that surface is extremely cold, but you are bunkered down.
Okay. That's
Okay.
Tommy's best idea of what to do with the end of the rope. So
Cool.
I'm starting to think you guys should just let me fall. I'll go down there, fight a ball rog, come back.
Ah, you fools!
tell him it's the gray. No. Fly, you fools.
Probably as you're sitting down, you feel a total with whatever on your shoulders, almost kind of pushing you down slightly, just kind of pinning you on. Yeah, exactly.
It's a
pinning
it's
you
a
onto the
little
ground.
heavy, but Tom is all right. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Cool. Okay. Cool. Claude, Tal, between you, let's go. Let's basically treat this as an advantage strength roll or acrobatics roll, whichever one is best. By that, because it's the two of you, roll one each, and between you, see if you get a good combined score.
15.
Sorry?
Roll a what? I'm sorry.
Roll an acrobatics or a strength check, whichever one's better for you. Claude, what'd you get?
15.
15.
I got a 9.
Okay, that's enough to pull you up onto that. Basically, both Claude and Tal are both on both of their knees on this slippery area, but the danger is at least that danger has passed. Do you guys want to wait on Tuggles to assist him coming across, or do you want to get over onto the far side of the ledge?
Grab Tobin!
I'll pull out my rope and be ready. I'll like toss it to Tuggles and like just to help brace him.
Tuggles is already holding it.
Yeah, so he's like he's holding it as well. That's
Oh,
alright.
that's
You
right,
can
he
get a
has
grip on
his
the
own
rope.
You know, it's a Santa
it's
Claus
the
sleigh.
same rope across. Yeah,
With both ropes.
sure.
2 ropes
Okay.
are better than 1.
Okay. Tell, what do you want to do?
I don't know.
That's good. We've got you could try to get Tobin, who's on the other side of Claude. You can go to the other side of the ledge where Tommy, Rian, and Porter currently are. You could maybe hold on to the rope if you want to assist with Tuggles coming over. Any preferences?
Hold on to the rope.
Okay, cool.
Help Douglas over.
Come this way.
Okay, cool.
Red Rover,
Tuggles.
Red Rover, send Tuggles on over.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. He just starts.
You now know that the rope has made it to the far side. Rain had Misty stepped over there. You don't know what she's done with it because it's on the other side of that cliff face. But you can see in amongst the swirling snow and wind and little bits of it's not an avalanche or anything, but just snow falling down from the cliffside that's above them. You can see Claude and what looks like Tell holding on to the rope. What do you want to do?
I'm over this side.
Have we lost Tuggles?
So, oh, yeah, I was muted. Hello.
Okay, sorry.
I would like to move across. I don't want to
Okay.
get too close to the group of people because I'm heavy, right?
Yeah.
So I want to give them a berth to move, but follow
Okay.
suit.
Cool. So let's go with let's go for yourself. Let's go with an athletics or an acrobatics check for yourself.
Alright. I am going to choose athletics for that sweet, sweet barbarian advantage. That is gonna be a 26 total.
Okay, fantastic. So you shimmy your way across. You make it almost as far as Claude and Tell when you realize that Tobin is now at your feet. Tobin, being scared and cold at the moment, is confused. He doesn't know what to do. He can't hear Rain. He can't see Rain. Claude and Tell there were holding on to the rope. He's pretty much kind of frozen in place. And you are the person that he knows the least of the group.
Yes. Can I make like an animal handling check?
Yes, you can.
That's gonna be a 16 total.
Okay, that's good. So you've got his focus. What do you want to do with him?
I would like to do my best to scoop him up. I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give him a little like side of the head, pat.
Yeah.
Just so that he knows, that everything's
Yeah.
gonna be cool. I'm gonna scoop him up.
Describe your smile. What kind of smile you got?
Like when somebody who's in like WWE wrestling as like the villain sees that he's like scared a little kid and he wants to like make that better and he's like, but it's like still pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But like I've got experience handling animals and stuff,
Yeah.
so
You
I know
do.
like where to hold them so that they're not,
Yeah.
flailing around.
That's enough for you to be able to scoop him up. Okay. However, the next part of the acrobatics athletics checks for the three who now have to make their way across the rest of the ledge. Okay. All three of you will be rolling a d20 either for acrobatics or athletics if you do not achieve a high enough score, especially because Tuggles is also holding on to Tobin. There may be consequences.
Is there any help action from Tommy
course
and
you
I,
can-
like being able
yeah,
to like
yeah.
scoot back as the rope gets closer to us?
Yeah, if you both want to do it, that's fine.
The problem is,
In my head, I'm going to add a score to what they've already got like a base number, and now they're going to add on top of that.
I'm confused though. The rope that I have,
Yes.
I think Claude has it, but Claude also pulled out another rope that Tell is hanging on to. Right?
just
No,
forget
it's
my
one
rope.
rope.
Oh,
Forget
okay.
my
Yeah,
rope.
forget
All
his
right,
rope.
because
Yeah, there's one-
I'm just picturing
there's
Tommy's
rope
looking through the
to-
snow and now sees two ropes and is like, "What is
Yeah.
what?"
One rope to hold them all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's where my brain was thinking. I was like, "Wait, which rope do I have? Who am I holding on to?"
There's no one on this rope. You didn't tie the other end. Okay. Cool. Okay. Claude, Tell, Puggles, with help from Rian and Tommy. One score at a time, please. Whoever's ready.
I'll go first. What are we rolling? Strength.
Strength or acrobatics or athletics.
Oh, Tuggles already went. Was that Tuggles just now?
Oh yeah, I didn't
Right
know
in.
it was gonna come through. I was just rolling so that the number was there.
Yeah, so what'd you get, sorry?
It was a 25 for me.
25. Okay, good.
5 for me.
5.
I think he rolled strength though. He switched to acrobatics and athletics.
It's the same. As
We had
Oh.
acrobat-
24 athletics.
24 athletics. Okay. Good. Okay.
Tell is determined to fall down.
He wants to battle that creature
Tell
below.
us the white.
Just let me
Tell us
go. Yeah.
The
Okay.
pale, bright
yeah, so a good enough score. You take it slow, easy, intentional with all of your steps, and you make your way around this corner of the cliffside to find Ruin holding onto the rope and to find Tommy being pinned down by the shoulders, sitting down in the snow with the rope wrapped around him.
Everybody got all their limbs?
Wait, everybody got across?
Nobody panicked.
Yeah, everyone's across.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll just lay
And,
down for a second.
The moment of relief that you have when you're sort of laying down then is starting to quickly be overwhelmed by the chill, the sheer chill that you have, even in the snow, even in especially in your heavy metal armor, Claude. There's no sort of heat retention in that. So yeah, you have the relief, but you're getting very, very cold at the moment. But you are looking upon the entrance to this temple.
Rian's gonna almost snatch Tobin out of Tuggle's arms and like hold him real tight.
Wow, no thank
Okay,
you or
very good.
nothing. That sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know, fear
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's
Yeah.
get
she
inside.
considered throwing them down the gorge. Yeah, so yeah.
He becomes Tobin the White.
Okay, cool. You're looking at the temple, and you come up to the doorway, and you are able to push it open. It there doesn't seem to be a lock or anything. It's a very sort of very reminiscent of most sort of temples that you've seen. There isn't really a need for a lock on the outside of it. They actively sort of want people to come into this area. The only thing that's sort of holding the door back is frost. It's ice. It's water in amongst the brickwork and the stone. So basically, there's going to be probably a little bit of a shoulder barge needed if people want to physically try to open it up. Otherwise, any sort of other spells or techniques that you guys may have that you want to use.
Yeah, I've got a spell for this one. And I cracked my knuckles.
Tommy,
I've
give
got a
Tommy.
spell for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tommy steps back to give you some. Let the big guys go out the door.
Let me check how many. Real quick. Okay, yeah, that's enough. I'm gonna rage. I'm gonna rage against this door,
Okay.
It's the machine.
fantastic.
and I'm gonna hit it as hard as I can.
Okay, that's enough. Can you do a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Yeah, absolutely. That's an 8. I'm strong, not smart.
So, but the door slams open. Absolutely slams open. Okay? Could you do another wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Absolutely. Nat 20.
Okay, cool. So, what's good about that is you've been able to sort of retain an element of composure in there, but your eyes are quite bloodshot at the moment, and there's a slight panicked look as you sort of almost kind of stumble your way into this room. You see the bloodshot look within your eyes has sort of almost a green element in that for a moment, but is able to dissipate back as you slam through. For whatever reason that might be, whether it's a distraction or the cold or the impact of the door, enough of that just to be able to help you maintain composure for that time. Okay. We've headed our way inside here, so basically we're going to be popping over to roll 20 at the moment. So we're just going to let our streaming expert here, but everybody on roll 20 should see a room. Yeah. Can you see your tokens at the bottom? You can't. Okay. That's working. You see them at the bottom now?
Oh,
Yes.
there they. I had to zoom out.
Yeah, it's a big old map. Okay. So door crashes open as Tuggles shoulder barges through the door. Right? You all scurry in, and the natural instinct to close the door behind you just to get away from the wind chill at this time. Okay? As you turn around, you find yourself within a grand library in disrepair. Okay, the walls are lined with bookshelves that are old, are crumbling to pieces and dust, etc. There's scrolls along the floor, some of them intact, some of them not, and you find broken furniture and scattered books along the room. Okay, at the far end of the room is an open doorway, which you can see is the only other exit from this room, other than the door you came through. However, in front of you, between that, is a massive gorge. The floor has split open in front of you. And within that, you see there's the rough floor, and then you see these perfectly cut edges of this gorge that has split open the floor and has created a size that is truly massive. It's not exactly the scale in the picture, but you can very clearly see no one is running and jumping over that gorge as you go along. Okay. There's a couple of things that could be done, but what's everybody's thoughts as they come into the room, or if they want to explore, or figure out how they're going to get to the far end of this room?
Tommy would have as he barged in, we all get in. Tommy would have turned around and like close the doors, and it's kind of like, doing none of these, getting the snow off him, trying to shake some warmth back into himself. And then he turns around and sees a door across the way. Is there any light, like from where we're standing? Can I very easily see a split in the floor? Is there any lighting coming up from it, or does it just look like there's a doorway across the room from us?
So there's a doorway across the room, but it would be the case that if you were walking up towards it, you wouldn't like Acme Tunes just fall into it. You would appear, and you can see sort of the edges to it on that, and you would very quickly figure out that no matter how much bravado you have, you're not making that jump.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Tommy would then been like, well, shit, and like just takes a couple steps, not to get to the edge, but I'm trying to glance over into the hole to see how deep it is, what I observe or anything. If you want, I could do a roll or anything.
Do whatever sort of checks you want. So there's obviously things I can look out for, and I don't want to necessarily lead you and give you guys a bit of freedom in terms of what skill checks you want to try to do.
I'll just do it. I'll do an investigation. I'm trying to see if I see a bottom to the hole or see any kind of. Was there a bridge here? Was there a ladder? Was there anything that was covering this to have a way across?
Oh, give us an investigation check, please.
A 10.
Okay, cool. You can see it down. You can't see anything. It's eerily dark down there. It's very, very dark, but you don't hear any echoes. You don't feel any sort of wind coming up from that. And the sort of the floor area, it's a massive break that hasn't quite affected all of the stonework around the gorge.
Then I would pick up any loose like rock or wood, and I toss it into the hole and try to count the seconds if I hear it hit the bottom or hit anything on the way down.
Cool. As you throw it into it, and you sit there and you wait and wait, you hear nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not even echoes. You hear absolutely nothing. So while you're doing that, we're going to come to and Tommy, if you want to move your guy, you can obviously stick him up there at the edge of the gorge.
I think you got to give us access again.
Oh, how do I do that? Do you know?
I can move.
Oh.
Are you on the mouse pointer or the hand thing?
I'm on the pointer. Do I need to be on the hand?
No. Mouse pointer is the one I was using.
I can't move mine either.
Oh, I can't move Tobin. I can only move me.
Yeah. I forget. I forget if you right click and give access like on the piece, or I can look it up real quick too.
Define party, fixed party. I've got it on the right layer, and see if I can do that.
I think I can.
I think it's click on the token and use the little gear button that pops underneath. There should be an option there to assign control to someone.
Thank you very much. Okay, Rian represents Rian. That. Okay, so that's that. Oh. Yeah, okay, so let's go. Right. Tommy should be there.
Yep, I can move now.
This is for Tobin, and Tobin, I think, can be controlled by anybody. Okay, let's go. This is Tuggles. This is Claude.
That's me.
And this is Hell. Cool. Everybody give your character a little move just to see if that works now. Okay,
Yo.
sweet.
Cha-cha
Cool.
real smooth.
Okay, Tommy, place yourself there beside the edge of the gorge, please. Anybody else? Who's next?
It's so those bookcases on the sides near the bottom.
Yeah.
Are they
Mhm.
actually long enough to go across?
No. So yeah, if you were trying to like lay it flat, no. Good one. That's where the scale's a little bit off on it. Because you're right. It what is a really good idea. It would probably need at least two of them together to create some sort of a bridge. It is very very big.
Rain's just gonna offer the suggestion that we can do what we just did again, but Porter's probably not gonna be able to come. I can Misty step over and hold the rope, and we can slowly get people across. But Porter, Bo, and Tobin are gonna have to stay.
I can Misty step across too if that helps us.
You have Misty step?
I can Misty step.
First
When
Misty
when the
Step.
fuck did we get Misty Step? Did you get Misty Step?
I'm just extremely talented.
You're just so athletic that Misty Step is just you moving at such a quick speed, anime style, that it looks like Misty Step. But
Okay, so how far is Misty Step?
60
Oh,
feet.
yeah.
Questions?
30 feet.
Oh, balls.
Yeah.
All right, running jump.
okay, so
and
it's,
then Misty step.
Misty step there.
Yeah.
Are you playing a platformer?
well, that also means even if the gap is bigger than 30 feet, I'm pretty sure our rope was like 25 feet. So the rope idea I don't think is gonna work either.
The rope is a nope.
How far
Alright,
did you
how
say
many
it was
ropes do we
across?
have? We'll tie them all together.
He didn't.
You didn't say exactly?
Yeah, he didn't say.
Because that's yeah.
But with the thought of not being able to Misty Step 30, it's beyond 30 feet.
Well,
That-
we haven't
that-
tried
that
to
I
Misty
knew.
step across yet.
Yeah.
Zip,
Get-
zoom.
through my,
It didn't work.
Yeah.
through my powers of what's higher of perception, can I gauge approximately how far I think that is?
Yeah, let's go. So it's a massive hall. Let's go 50 feet.
Okay, I rolled a nat 20 on perception if that helps.
So
Good.
52.75 feet.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
It's about 52 feet across. Powers, can't Misty step. Can I do a quick circuit of the
If
room?
it's actually 53 feet, they fall in the last foot. No.
You said it would
Yeah.
work.
Okay.
Looking around like the side of the room that we can inspect, can I find anything like hidden doors, levers, anything that
Is there
might
a
be
chandelier
obscured?
in the ceiling?
Came in like a wrecking ball.
Anything that looks like it might be obscured by the like books and shelving.
Yeah,
So, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool, because it's a little bit blurry on my side. So, okay, that's fine. The main thing you see in this room are the bookshelves with some pieces that are some scrolls, etc., on the ground, and this large stone tablet that Porter stand beside.
Anything arcane or tricky about it? the tablet.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that. Can you see that?
Yes.
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 Cool. Okay. There is a very, very old book that is almost so ancient it's aged. It's almost stone textured on that. But do you want to read it out for the group? Because everybody reading is not a great spectator sport.
One day ago I lost the love of my life and still feel like he is here with me. This is but the dream of the heartbroken. I feel I must continue to deny for fear that my heart will shatter. I refuse to believe this fact that is staring me in the face. Is this a riddle or a true journal entry?
Yeah, I refuse to believe this fact that is staring me in the face. Is the floor not really broken? Can we just walk across?
Do you want to find out?
Do you want to check Tobin if see if Tobin will do it?
Oh, I guess you did throw the rock down there, so never mind.
I did toss a rock, but
How about we tie the rope to Rian and we tie the other end to Tuggles and Porter and Rian goes for it. She's the smallest one.
I
right?
will willingly put you
I
into
was
the
gonna
giant
say,
board, Drian. You are so brave.
it's so weird. You
So,
just
so
announced
brave.
that you could also Misty Step, and suddenly you
Yeah.
don't want to be the one to do it.
Cool. Before we'll come back down 1 second, Tal or Tuggles, is there anything you guys want to look for? Or investigate?
Trying to think of what I can do. Do we have any nails or a hammer around? Put some boards together.
Not in the room unless it's on your person.
Nope. Is the bookcases part of this?
Yeah, yeah. There's bookcases and there's scrolls on the ground as well.
Is there any that stand out? Can I do like Arcana or some kind of check to see if anything stands out?
Whichever one is higher for yourself.
God damn it!
The rolls are rough today.
You're saving
yeah,
them up
well,
for the high stress moments.
So what'd you get?
roll the one. +4.
Okay. So you don't detect any arcana from the scrolls, but you can clearly see that one or two of them are still intact. So it doesn't really matter how bad at investigating you are. You can literally see with your eyes in front of you there are scrolls there.
Is there one close to where I'm at right now? At the bottom.
At the bottom, let me check. Yes, there is one. I will open it up here now.
Would you like to read it to us, Tal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not I nor anyone else can travel that road for you. Must travel it yourself. It is not far. It is within reach.
I don't think we need another spirit walking trip.
So, because we hustled in here, Tommy still has the rope already attached around his waist from when where we did the getting everybody across. He walks over to Tuggles and Porter and he hands end of the rope. He's like, "You guys hold this. I'm gonna test it out." And I would like them to come a little bit, closer to the edge. I got 25 feet of rope. And Tommy sits there and contemplates it for a minute. And he's like, because I'm assuming, Claude, did you say it out loud? Or was it maybe Rain that you guys don't think the floor is real, even though I threw something into it?
I might have just thrown it out there while reading, just thinking out loud.
Okay.
responsibility for your upcoming actions.
no, because I'm trying to.
No, that's Raven. That's Raven saying not me as the DM.
No. I'm
I
also
take all the
as I'm
responsibility.
talking this decision out, I'm trying to figure out if I am meta playing my own self or if this is what Tommy would do. So I think because of the distance, Tommy is gonna try to jump, knowing that he has two very strong people that can hold the rope, and I think Tommy goes to the edge and is going to glance down it and think about it for a beat or second. I'm going to decide if this is what I want to do or not, but I'm going to take a beat or second. I at least gave those two guys, the strongest two biggest dudes, the rope, and Tommy's kind of almost let them hold on, and Tommy's kind of doing that thing where I lean out a little over the edge just to glance down and contemplate.
Okay, so just so you do that, so Porter's followed you there because that was too far for the rope to go. Okay, so Porter has joined you with the rope. Tuggles, you can join up there if you want as well, or you can investigate yourself. You're up there as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with this one. This sounds fun.
Fun is fun.
Tell, is there anything you want to do before Tommy leaves us?
I changed my mind. Why did he say it like that? Before he makes a heroic attempt, DM, maybe you could reword it just like.
So I'm thinking it's something high because it says it is within reach. So it makes me think it's not in the crevasse. Is there something on top of the bookshelf? Or something up high that I can see?
Yeah, as you're searching the bookshelves, you don't see anything on top of it. You do find one more scroll, though. So if you move yourself to the left side of the room, looking at one of the bookshelves that's nearest the gap. Am I moving? Yeah, if you move yourself over there. Hell, read for the class, please.
What is it?
I don't think we see it. You got a reveal. Or
sorry. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Okay. If you cannot fly, then run. Cannot run, then walk. Cannot walk, then crawl. But by all means, move it.
Sounds like a leap of faith. Walk of faith?
a crawl of faith.
Possibly, yeah.
A misty step of faith.
So, Tell, would you have read that out loud or to yourself? I know you read it for the. You would have read it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then Tommy turns back, and now he feels it feels almost more encouraged by the words, and he's like, okay, maybe if we go quickly, it's not really a drop. Maybe it's just an illusion. And he makes sure that both Porter and Tuggles are ready. And he turns back to the hole, takes a huge deep breath. He's like, "You stupid idiot," and just runs. And I'll start running, no jumping. I'm just running.
Does he have something? Are you attached to a person? Are you tethered?
Yes. So I still have the rope from our.
Are you tethered?
I still had the rope around my waist, and I kind of carried it in with us after the debacle that happened out on the icy ledge. So I had that still wrapped around me. So I've just handed it to both Tuggles and Porter, and I start running.
You started running. Okay. You start running, you make 2 steps towards the edge, your foot loses traction on anything below your foot, and you plummet into the darkness. Just before you begin to scream, your face plants right into the solid ground, which is only 3 feet below you. So everybody loses you in the dark, but you basically get back up onto your knees, Your face is flat right onto that there. Just in the same way, if you missed a step or a stair, you go down, bang, hit it. And next thing, everyone freaks out as they're looking at you. And then all of a sudden, Tommy's just kneeling up, and you can just only see the top half of his body, as the rest of it is covered by this completely unnatural darkness.
Tommy definitely made the most manly tough sound of as he started to drop, and you hear this ooh, and then I stand back
Yeah.
up, and I'm like, knew it all along. He tries to shake it off that like he wasn't scared that he was about to die. I think we're okay. I think keep a hold of that rope. I'm gonna keep walking across to make sure this is all okay, and I'll go as far as I can because obviously the rope doesn't go the full distance. I will keep walking until I hit the end of the rope and see if anything happens to me. So about halfway across the.
You are still standing. Nobody can see below your knees.
Okay, I will untie the rope and run the rest of the way. I don't want to walk anymore now that I'm untied. It's like a very quick and I kind of jump roll out, hopefully to the other side if that's what happens.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happens. So nobody can see just below your knees, and they don't even hear the sound of your feet. So there was no sound even from your feet as they were going through that area where as you now know, the illusion was. And you basically step out, and it's only when you get to the other side, you take a step up, the opposite of the step that you fell into, you jumped out, and that's when people can start hearing your feet again.
When I turn around back to the group, nothing has anything changed for me? Does the room still look the same? Does everybody still look the same? Do I still see the crevasses just as it was when I was on that side, or is it different now I'm on this side?
No, it's different on your side. You just see the normal floor.
Okay. Then Tommy's like, it's some kind of weird ass illusion thing. There's a floor there. It looks like there isn't, but there's a floor there. Come on over.
Take a deep breath and jump.
I'm gonna mosey on over.
The rest of the party plummets to their death. Tommy questions, why did he bring anyone else?
We're not worthy.
You step out there, and same as Tommy. You drop down a step, but you had a little bit more awareness that might be there. Same sort of thing. Basically, you can't even see what's below your knees. You'd be looking down into what looks like the gorge that you were looking at. But you can feel your feet on the ground. You just can't see them.
Like being in a lake, can't see the bottom. It's creepy.
How does Tobin handle this?
He just sees a dark pit. He's not jumping into it. Plus, he's just had the scary moment of being on the edge of the cliff where that was a really big drop. So he doesn't have
about carrying him. Because it says nobody can travel that road for you.
Well, I mean, after, yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I was gonna say after you rudely grabbed him back for Tuggles, you could try to hand him back to Tuggles. Be like, so I was a little aggressive. Here's Tobin back. But no, that whole point about that is probably spot on.
Can you throw me the rope and I can make a leash? Is that still Tuggles, or not Tuggles, Tobin walking on his own? We can try.
You tell me. It's not. I'm not the illusion. I don't know the rules for these things.
I think Claude has another rope on him. And Claude's still on your side.
Okay.
If you
I
wanted.
jumped in, but I'm
that's right.
here.
Yeah, you did. I just saw your character still at the bottom of the room.
Oh, your wee icon still at the bottom. Yeah.
Good point. Standing in it. So
Yep.
I need my rope.
Okay. Gonna move Tobin in.
Wind disappears underneath the blackness.
Do I still feel
The-
like
but-
tension
but-
on the rope?
Yeah, but the rope is still loose. In fact, the rope is starting to move around a little bit.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk to the other side.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Just Tobin wasn't tall enough to be out from the black, so he's just walking around. You can just see the top of the leash going. Yeah. Okay, cool. Tuggles, Tel, and Claude.
I would just cross normally.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take a walk across.
Walk on the wild side.
Just realized how many T names we have in our group. Tommy, Tuggles, Tobin, Tell.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You find yourself on the far end of this grand library, turning back round, not seeing the gorge or the floor disrupted the way you had from the other side of the room. But you now find yourself on the other side of that, and are ready to pass through into the next room. Anybody else wants to do in this room before they go in there, or because you'll find
a
it's
few
an,
more
it's an open
bookshelves.
doorway.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
There's a few more bookshelves on this end.
Yep.
We, do a quick investigation, see if there's anything cool here on this side.
Yep.
While he's doing that, Tommy takes the end of the rope back from the guys, still keeps it wrapped around his waist, and throws it like up around his shoulder. He's not ready to undo it in case it's needed.
That's a 5.
You don't see anything with a fire.
Nice. Yo, there's a door here though.
In that doorway, though, you can see that it's a larger room. You can see it's a little bit circular in nature from what you can see, and that's where the party find themselves. So your characters aren't there, is that correct?
No.
Correct.
Yes, party, does that work? No, I think I just have to drag you across. Okay, cool. Let's go. Tobin, Hell, Ame, Rain, Tuggles, Lord, and Order. Do I have to give you ownership of this again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Not me.
Not you. Anybody else? Can anybody else move, or does everyone else need to be?
Not me. I cannot.
I'm
move.
I can
Okay. I think it's the. Yeah, I think it's the sign character part that I have to change. Okay, cool. Tuggles and Claude. That's Tobin. This is Tell. And Ame. Right, cool. Right. Tell, it's going to sound like such a DM question. Did you actually run into the middle of the circle, or were you just testing things?
No, that was a joke.
Tell just Naruto runs into the middle of the room.
Ooh, big red circle.
Yeah. Okay, cool. You over beside that pillar.
Sure.
Okay. On the side of that pillar, you notice a similar inscription, and now this time you get to read for the class.
2 moons have risen and fallen, taunting me since my isolation. No mortal was mighty enough to dethrone my king. Only time slain him, time capital. My rage at time burns like a never-ending fire. We love to hunt. After an epic hunt where we bagged boar, bird, elk, and then bear, he dropped to me to ask for my hand. This most cherished of memories is my only solace from my anguish.
I'm
Time
gonna
King.
walk onto the circle cautiously at first. But
I'm glad you did cautiously because it made no difference whatsoever.
you never know.
Never know. Boom. On top of these pillars, these scorched pillars that you walk into the room, all of a sudden a flame just drops down from the ceiling for each of these areas, and these beasts find themselves on the pillars and begin to aggressively charge from their pillars. Can everybody roll for initiative, please?
Oh boy.
Hooray!
Do you have to open the initiative tracker before we do this
Oh,
so that
shoot.
it does that, or we can input it manually as well? I think.
Tobin with a 12 here for some reason.
Yeah, because I had him clicked. I didn't mean to have him.
Okay, that's fine.
Get to use my brand new feature.
Ooh. Okay, I can delete that. Can I delete that? Yes, I can. Okay, cool. Right, that's fine. Okay. So the first round, surprise round, just because Claude hit the circle. The boar himself is basically going to charge or begin charging 20 feet towards Claude. And now it's Tuggle's turn.
All right.
Oh shit,
Let's see.
we're not all on the turn order, by the way. I don't know why.
You had to click
Tuggles.
your character.
I got
before
Tommy
you
with a
hit
20,
initiative,
but
so it would assign it to you.
I can
Where?
re-roll initiative.
Wait, when I click on my character, I need to do what?
So the box for turn order pops up, and then you have to click on your character so that like the little bubble comes up around him, and then on D&D Beyond, roll initiative, and it'll put it in the initiative tracker.
Still didn't work for me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
You're highlighting your character first.
I clicked on him and I see like the color bubbles above him, the
Mhm.
cogwheel. Can I manually
Are
add
you
myself?
rolling in D&D Beyond?
I rolled
by the way,
in.
these are incredibly
Yes.
high rolls. Everybody. 21, 20, 20, 19, 18, 16.
Of course, I roll the high numbers when it doesn't matter.
Initiative
I
matters.
think it's pretty important. Yeah.
Don't know what I'm. Maybe
I'll
I
roll
should
your
try
dice and I can
connect-
just type in the number.
Yeah, I guess if you could put me in as a 14 with my first thing.
Put me in,
Okay.
coach.
Okay, cool.
As long as you have the turn
Tuggles.
order, it doesn't really matter. So you're the DM. So
Yeah.
I am Tuggles.
There's two
I would
Tuggles.
like
I am Tuggles. Let me remind myself.
wait, I'm Tuggled.
I want to move like here. Oh, yeah.
Tuggles,
like here.
was yours 21 or 20? Because there's two Tuggles
20.
on this.
20.
Oh,
20.
that's fine. I'll get rid of that one. Okay, cool.
Um,
Right, cool.
So I have 40 feet of movement, which
Hmm.
will get me here.
Yeah.
I would like to do that. And then now I'm out of movement. I would like to activate my rage.
Do a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Yes, chef. That is a 13.
Okay, you're absolutely fine.
Woohoo!
Right, cool. Rage, any other actions or? Anything you want to
So
do?
that's
Colin?
movement, bonus action. I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't think I have any like ranged things that I can
Yeah.
do.
Okay.
I will take the action that lets me, what is it, like prepare to get hit or something. There's one of
Yeah.
those.
That's fine. So if something comes within your distance, you'll hit
Yeah,
it. Yeah, that's fine.
I'll find what it is and
Like,
put it in the.
No,
chat.
it's kind of like opportunity attack, but opportunity
Mhm.
attack's a reaction
Yeah, I think-
so it's
yeah.
kind of like
It's
that.
ready.
Okay.
Like ready in action.
Cool. Yeah, ready's in action. Yeah. So ready is the case where it's like he's told me what he's gonna do if a certain scenario happens. So, yeah. Okay. Cool. Claude.
So the boar's right there. I guess I'll move to the boar.
Hmm.
And
Okay, I'm gonna need you to do because you moved into it and it was basically charging you down. I'm gonna need you to do a strength saving throw to stay on your feet because you basically ran into something that's charging at you.
oh, okay, interesting. Oh, here we are. 15?
Yeah, that's fine. So you basically held it back and like you almost got pushed back a little bit, but you're all good. Okay,
Okay.
cool.
I am going to make a normal attack on this boar.
As you get close to the board, the sheer heat, there's a lot of energy coming from this creature. Not only in its speed, its heat. You can hear its skin. It's like it's crackling and sort of whispers and flames and almost and the air around it is very hot. Like you're looking, where a plane is, or you're looking in the desert, and you can see that sort of wavy heat. There's just so much heat around this. It's actually disturbing the air.
Roasted boar. Alright, that is a 24 to hit.
Yep, that's gonna hit.
Okay, I'm going to use a Divine Smite charge, or a spell slot for that.
Mhm.
So normal damage plus spell slot. Just a level 1 Divine Smite. 10 plus 16. Holy shit, I rolled 2 8s. Dope.
So is that 16 or 26?
26 total.
Okay, 26 total. Bang. So right. So your new sword, is that correct?
No,
And-
just my standard sword.
Just
My
your
long
standard
sword.
sword. Okay, that's cool. Right. Okay, that's fine. Cool. It crashes into it, and what you're gonna do is, yes, you made an impact, a lot of impact from it, and basically there's a molten element to this thing's skin, so it's actually scorched your arm a little bit. So you're gonna take 3 points of damage from the impact of that.
Alright, interesting.
Did you hit it?
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
I hit it real good.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to do? You get the rest of your movement, but it would be an opportunity attack. Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to use my second strike. I have 2 attacks per action.
yep.
That is a 15 to hit,
Yep, that's gonna hit.
and roll damage. Only 5 this time, and I won't
Okay.
use no Divine Smite.
So that was that was a real impact on that. It was enough to take it down into sort of the bloody stage, so it is quite weak at the moment. And because of that, the intensity of the burn that you got is another 6 points of damage.
Damn. Feeling crispy.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Bonus action, I will. Where is everybody?
Hello.
Miss Tuggles. Okay, I won't use my bonus action this turn.
Okay. Cool. Right. Okay. Hell. No, yeah, Tell with 18. No, Tell is 1. There's 2 Tells there for some reason. Is there?
I rolled
Tell, did you get a natural 1 or an 18 for your initiative?
18.
Oh, right, sorry. Why isn't it two? Okay, cool. So you're up.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna run up 30 feet to Claude, towards Claude.
Yeah.
So,
Just to confirm, Rian, are you 16 or 10?
16.
Initiative 16. Okay, cool. That's fine.
yeah, okay. So let's see. Move there. Say. Harder than I thought. Okay. And then I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians. And this is my first time casting it, so I'm trying to read about it.
Sure.
So I cast spirits within a distance of 15 feet around me.
Okay.
So if I'm good or neutral, a spectral form appears. So I cast this, and then a bunch of angels surround me.
Yep.
And then we'll say one, two. It says that I can do any amount of creatures. It doesn't really matter. Just like
Okay.
a circle around me
Yep.
of angel, and then fall it. If I can do something to like draw.
Now has 1,000 rhino spirits around him, just circling him, stampeding.
The whole room is filled with angels. I'm checking to see if I can draw something like a circle around
That's
here.
good.
But then I'm done after that.
Okay. Cool. That's fine. All right. So the next thing we'll have is, and you're basically going to get to be able to react with this straight away, Tell, is that this flaming hawk is basically going to try to swoop down and talon you. I know you were sort of talking about your angels or what's around you. So how does that sort of impact? Like, is that a defensive or an aggressive attack?
Aggressive.
Okay, cool. So does anything happen if the bird basically moves right there?
Yeah. So when it enters, it must make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 3d8 of radiant damage.
Ooh, okay.
Fix my circle here.
Nice.
Okay. Cool. So I got an 8 on that. I imagine that's a fail. Yeah. So 3d8 radiant damage. Yeah.
And that would be 4. Let's send it. 4 damage. Take that, bird.
He
3d8 got you 4 total.
Yeah.
Wow.
2, 1, and 1.
Oh, that is brutal. Brutal. Okay, so basically, but it is still enough to cause the hawk to interrupt its attack on you. It gets shunted back a little bit from that with yourself, so it's done its job to protect it with that there. Okay, now the elk is basically taking his turn, and he's just going to start stampeding towards Tuggles on his turn. And as you run, you can basically see like a line of fire basically appearing behind him. Let's go with
Hot
as it's
tots.
running towards you. Okay, Rian, you're up.
Just candles. Use gust.
Yeah, so Brian's a little stuck on the puzzle from the last one and keeps reading boar, bird, elk, then bear, and keeps wondering if we have to kill them in order.
Oh,
So she's gonna shoot 4th level magic missile. Just do, cause the boar is visibly like bloodied and looking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just do 2 of them towards the boar and then 4 more towards the bird.
do you want to shout that to the group also?
Uh,
I don't think all of us are smart enough to recognize the.
She's the only one
Rian's
thinking
just
it.
chanting, boar, bird, elk, bear. Boar, bird, elk, bear. Why did it only did one when it cast? Why did it do?
It's more like a zebra to me. I don't know what that's all about. Yeah. Okay, cool. Give us the 2 magic missiles into the boar.
First 2 are a 4 and a 3.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Thank goodness I don't have to pay for sound effects. Oh, it's so expensive in the editing,
know, right?
post editing.
I know. And yeah, and with that there, that is exactly what happens. Rain, it's enough to basically put the boar down and just get up and just behind Claude's shield. You get the squing and as it goes down, but it doesn't fall like a body. It almost kind of like envelop. It gets like enveloped into the ground. You know, sort of similar to like a like to the look of the gorge. It crumbles into the ground. There's no ash. There's no bone. There's no nothing. There's no sort of material left there. It just completely disintegrates.
And then the other 4 missiles for the bird.
Okay, give us the scores.
5. 2. 3. 2. 12 total.
That's 12 total. Okay, so the basic magic missiles are pinging into it, and you can see the feathers, these flame feathers, even though they aren't actually feather material, you can see them almost like dripping off and falling off, and the bird is struggling to maintain height with that, but it is still alive.
Okay, I'm just gonna move a little closer towards it, and then that'll
Okay.
be my turn. And I'm still chanting, boar, bird, elk, bear.
Okay, that is Tommy next.
So I saw just so I get a better image of these creatures. Do they look solid with fiery type effects coming off of them, or is it fire shaping into like an outline of what an animal would look like?
Closer. I'd say it's closer to the second one. When you
Okay.
really look at them, it's closer. They are like, you can still see the very defined lines of that. But at the moment, you're just looking at them. You know, if you were to suspect one, it's closer to the other. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're, you know, like see-through or anything. So.
And when Clyde made his attack, it looked like it's actually sunk into it, or was it almost like cutting a flame in half, and it kind of just like.
Yeah, so it looked like it made an impact, including the
Okay.
splashback that burned him.
Okay, then Tommy is going to move. Sure, I got this right. Yeah, that looks good. Tommy is, even though I heard you're yelling the chanting the birds or whatever. Tommy sees kind of believes that Tell has it handled. You started attacking him, And what was the order again? Because Tommy doesn't remember. So what's the proper order?
Boar, bird, elk,
Jeez.
bear.
Yep.
Boar, bird, elk, bear.
Tommy gets very locked. Tommy gets
Shame.
very locked in on the last word, and so he's gonna go after the bear, and I'm gonna
Okay.
try and shoot my pistol at it.
Okay.
16 to hit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Dude, Tommy's getting so good with these pistols. For 12 damage. So Tommy just pulls out a pistol and shoots right into the chest of the bear.
Yeah. So when you hit when it hits the bear, it's closer to like the sort of almost solid form of molten lava. So it's blacker, it's crustier, it's more hardy. You do still see a little bit of a dribble of molten lava that would burn the floor around it if something was very, very close to it. But it does the 12 points of damage. And there's basically molten coming out of its mouth, and it's staring right down at you.
Okay. So then Tommy is going to use his last 10 feet to go here. And as a very brave function as a rogue, I'm going to use bonus action hide and hide behind the pillar
Okay, cool.
from the bear that I just shot at.
Yeah, you got to do a stealth check.
Okay. That's a natural 20 for a total of 22.
So basically, in the moment that the bear was reeling from the pain and had its head up, you were able to skirt behind the pillar. So although I'd said about it looked right at you, it didn't have time to do that. Basically, where I was trying to figure out where that came from, the only person that sees is Tuggles. So, which then leads us nicely to Senor Bear, who is going to assume that Tuggles is the one that hooked me, and it is going to charge down on Tuggles. It's not that far. And first of all, it's going to hit you with basically the equivalent of a gore. So it's going to be, that's right off the bat, 2d8 of damage.
Hell
He's been
yeah.
able to make it to you in the time.
Um,
So that is 11 points of damage as it knocks you prone. Okay. And then when you're on the ground, it's got advantage, and it's just going to just ground and pound multi-attack. It's two big bear claws. Both bear claws attack are going to hit you with advantage. So the first one was actually only a 4 with advantage. And the other one is, no, actually it was a 9. And this one's a 19. Does 19 hit?
yeah, the 19 will hit.
The 19 hit. So basically the 19, so first one slams down, you were able to miss it, but as you rolled, you basically rolled into the other paw that was kind of swiping into it, and you basically took large talons right into the shoulder blade on that. So you took an additional 10 points of damage, 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and 2 points of fire damage from that attack, so that's another 12.
Nice.
Yeah. So you're basically one step away from
do-
full-on Revernit, Oscar-winning performance here. So yeah.
Nice, dude.
Go ahead.
I do want to note, for the sake of HP tracking, I take half
Yep.
damage to anything that is not psychic, due to my.
Excellent. Well then you take your halves for the half for the 12, and the half for the other. What was the 2d8? It was 11, was it?
Yeah, I've done the halving
So
already. I
we'll,
just
so
finished
we'll,
the,
so
performance
roll
tracking
that down to 5. So 5 and a 6, so 11 points of damage altogether. So probably as much of the bludgeoning didn't get, but you've got the little bit of fire resistance and the claws basically digging you into the shoulder, but you're still prone at the moment with the bear right on top of you.
Very good.
Cool. Porter is in here at the moment, and the rule, as with most things, is very much defensive. So he's basically going to make his way over to here, and he's going to plant down a big, massive shell with his back toward to the bird, and he's going to say to Rain, "Use me as cover. You know, stay safe."
Poor bird, elk, bear. Poor bird, elk, bear.
Okay, cool. Back up to the top of the order, Tuggles.
I would like to do okay. Were I to try to attack this thing from my current underneath it prone position, do I feel like I would be operating at, regular capacity, or would that be disadvantageous for me to?
I'd say it's a disadvantage if you're going to you're basically pinned under a bear. So the only way you would get rid of the disadvantage would be a strength check.
Okay, so I'm
to
like
get you
grappled
up,
right
and
now.
then-
So I'm like pinned
Yeah.
down by him. Okay, so I'll
Yeah.
use the action. I'll absolutely use a strength. Would that be a strength save
Mhm.
to get out?
It'd be a straight strength roll against me.
Strength check. Okay, so strength check.
Okay, so I got a
that is gonna
16.
I got a nat one.
Sorry.
I got a natural one. Do I get? Hold on. Do I get advantage? I think I get. Let's see. Features. Rage. Gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws. Okay.
Okay, go for it.
So that's part of my rage. So
Yep.
that is helpful. That will be a 9 total.
Okay, so you're still pinned under the bear.
Very good.
And basically that's you at the moment. Okay.
That is me at the moment. I'm gonna use a free action to taunt the hell out of this thing from below it. Like I'm in the good position. I'm like, yeah, I've got you where I want you now, bitch.
I was just roaring again, and the bits of molten is kind of from its mouth sort of roaring down on top of you. So in response to that, so and it's basically dripping down, and you saw it would actually be another 2 points of damage, but
Nice.
you're halved, so that's 1 more point of damage.
Hell yeah.
You're like, I
Okay.
didn't hear no bell.
Yeah. Okay. When Claude is ready.
All right. I'm gonna use a free action. Wait, hold on. No, okay. First, what I'm gonna do? How's the bird looking? You said it's looking kind of damaged. I will use an Eldritch Blast to target
to
it
you.
from where I'm standing.
Can you quote the order that Rain's been chanting?
For bird, elk, bear.
There you go. Okay, cool.
Alright.
So you remembered that bird has to come. That based on her theory, it is next. Okay.
Yes. I rolled a 9 to hit.
Yeah, that's not going to hit. It's frantically flapping and up and down. It's very very erratic movement, so it's not going to be enough to hit.
I'm gonna try again.
Yep. What are you trying to attack it with, by the way?
Eldritch Blast.
Okay, cool.
So that is an 18.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
It's gonna be 13 damage.
Yeah, that's going to be enough to basically make it go. Oh, that's going to. It's going to dissipate. Here.
All right.
Okay.
Can I use a free action to shout to Tommy, "Elk next, elk next"?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
All right. And then I'll use a bonus action Misty Step
Mm-hmm.
to, let's see, these squares are 5 each, right?
Yep.
25, 30. All right. I will put myself here between the bear and the elk.
Okay.
And
Anything
that's it
else,
for the next
Claude?
one. That's all I can do.
Okay, cool. Oh,
Two. Let's make a beeline for Mr. Bear here. Oh, my
he's
best-
fiery than the average bear.
In. My thing's still on me. Does that, if I move into his space, does that count as him?
Opportunity? No, it's moving out of his space. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry for the angels.
Yes.
Probably
you tell
says
me.
it somewhere
I'm
in
happy
there.
enough to get take your lead on it.
Let me double check this. So I
Yeah.
know. So I read a little bit about it. So when the bear would start its turn. It definitely has to roll a wisdom save,
Okay.
and then I rolled a d3 with the bird, but it's a d4 because I'm a higher level. So
Yeah. He only got a 3 with that. Okay, so what happens to him? Does he get pushed off, or is he's hurt with the radiant? Is he?
that creature enters the area for the first time. So he would have to enter my area, I'm assuming. So when the creature enters the area, so
I'm happy enough with you. Kind of, it entered your area by you running up on it. We'll check that spell though, because we don't basically want you walking around with like a fiery shield, fiery force field the whole time, you know. But we can check that after the session, so it's okay. So I'm fine with you doing the damage to him.
okay. Let's see.
Tell as a cyclone. He moves his body like a cyclone, and it's just that the angels just whipping around him.
18 on that one.
Hit.
Oh shit!
Okay.
I didn't roll. That was the damage. I should have rolled to see if it would hit.
I think it did at the start there. DC. Oh, that's your wisdom save.
Yeah, that's just a wisdom.
Was that not what
Let's
I
see.
failed? Yeah, because I failed. Remember?
Oh.
I think you had it right. So the DC
Yeah.
14 is what the DM had to go against. He failed, and then the damage because of he failed is 18.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yes.
Oh,
18 damage now.
good. Good roll. Good run. Okay. Any bonus actions or anything you want to do, or is that spell concentration? Is it?
It's concentration. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Right. Anything else you want to do?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, cool. Elk. Elk is going to charge right on to Claude. Claude, you're going to take a gore on that, so it's going to be a strength check to see if you get knocked down. But it is going to be 8 points of damage that you take being
Either
hit
way.
by that gore.
So I take the 8 damage no matter what.
Yeah, you take it, yeah, because it's part of the sprint. He reaches you while running. It's as opposed to he's just standing in front of you trying to hit you with something. He did charge right into you. Yeah.
If I net
So strength
20,
check
do
to
I
see if you
negate?
stand on your feet. Sorry.
Net 20 for a 23.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, you take the damage, you take the hit, but imagine like you've almost got it by the horns, or you've done enough to kind of push it back so you don't go prone. With that, okay, and that is its attack, and because it's attack, so it's sprint and attack basically was together with that. So that's the elk's go. Rian, you're up.
Or bird, elk, bear. Going to.
Okay. 4 bird, elk, bird, 4 bear, 4
Bear board,
elk,
elk,
bear,
Here is
elk, bear, bird.
man, bear, pig.
Used a sorcery point to get another 4th level spell slot, and I'm gonna use magic
Another
missile
4th
again.
level spell slot. Wow. Okay.
So yeah, 6 darts again.
Yep.
Going for the elk first. So the first
Okay.
one is 4.
Yep.
2.
Yep.
I'm just gonna do 3 and 3. Why aren't you letting me click again?
I'm looking.
5. 4, 2, 5. That's 7, 11 for the elk.
Okay. Cool.
I can't
Okay,
adjust
so-
the dice.
Yeah, so
One,
bash,
two.
bash, 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 bash. Basically, as Claude's trying to hold it back, all of a sudden, what Claude sees is what color is your magic missile?
Lightning stuffs.
Yeah, like
blue and
say, like
white.
lightning, blue and white. Yeah. Claude, basically, as you're trying to hold this thing back, all of a sudden you just see all these magic missiles crashing into the side of the elk as you're holding it back there, or basically holding it back with your shield, because you know if you're touching these things, you're going to get burnt. So holding it back, keeping its molten skin away from you on that. Okay. Cool. Rian, anything else?
The other 3 missiles, I guess I had originally pointed them to the bear, so that's where I.
Yeah, just because you
9.
called them there. That's fine. Okay, cool. Give us the scores, please.
It's 9
Nine.
altogether.
Okay, cool. The bear is starting to get a little bit wobbly. It's still a little bit weak at the moment with the damage that it's been taking there. And Raven, is there anything else you want to do? Or can do?
I guess I'm just gonna move a little closer to the group and just
Yeah.
yell. I mean, I see that like they're already engaged with the bear, so I just keep chanting about it. Boar, elk, bear.
Bird, elk, boar, bear. Bear, boar. Elky, bird, boar, bear. Yeah, okay, cool. Tommy, you're up.
Okay. So
You are perfectly hidden in the shadows, even to the point that Rian didn't see you as she was run past.
So like side note question, DM. So
Yep.
I have 2 pistols now, and I shot 1
Yep.
pistol. Will you allow me to shoot the second pistol, or would you like it where I need to use bonus actions in general to reload pistols, so kind of count them as one grouping? It's your call, and I'm good either way.
I'm okay to go with action, shoot 1, bonus action, reload the other one.
I
So
guess what I'm
basically
asking
you're
is,
al-
can
you're
I
almost
can I shoot my other gun now? Because I use my bonus action to hide instead of
Yes.
using it to reload. Can I shoot my second pistol that hasn't been shot yet, or do you want to group it as pistols or
Yep,
one?
no, I'm
Okay.
happy if you.
Okay,
You've
then-
got 2 pistols. They're both loaded. Yep, rock away.
So then Tommy will step out from behind the pillar, and because I'm following Rain's action, I saw her
Yeah.
attack bear, even though she called out that it was supposed to be elk bear. So I assume we're still going bear with it. So I'm going to shoot at the bear, and because let me first try to shoot at him with pistol. I thought you said elk, but you did bear, because that's what I'm seeing as I'm stepping out. So
Yep.
I'm going for
Yep.
bear as well, and that's a nat 1. I shoot off and completely miss him, or
Is
whatever
that
you wish
the
to
gun
happen.
that's always missed.
No, maybe it might be my bad gun that I tried to use.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to roll a d20, and I'm going to get you to tell me if you get 10 or less.
It's 10 or less.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a 2.
What do you get?
A 2.
A 2. Cool, because there's going to be 3 options here. There's either Tuggles on the ground, there's Tell right beside the bear, or it backfires and it's going to burn your own hand.
I mean, it's my bad pistol that has kicked back before, so it kickbacks and
Yeah.
hurts me.
Oh, the thing was, Tommy, that wasn't a choice. You're gonna roll. You
Oh.
get to pick which one you
Oh,
do.
okay.
I'll
Yeah.
take
What-
the blast.
What do I roll?
You're gonna take a d20 again, and this time you're gonna tell me if you get a 10 or below.
Okay. I got a 9.
Cool. That means you're gonna hit one of these 2. Evens, you're gonna hit Tuggles. Odds, you're gonna hit Tell.
Evens.
Woo!
Even that's Tuggles, I believe.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Roll for damage on Tuggles.
Fucking crush the damage, probably.
Smite.
No.
And-
So it's 10 damage.
Oh, it was a crit because Tuggles is prone. So
Nice.
it's max damage plus the
Okay, so that would be
whatever that roll was.
22.
Okay, cool.
Total?
Tuggles, 11.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. You just got shot. A bear was attacking you, and you somehow got shot.
Help!
Guys, the bear has a gun.
The bear's on top of you. I shoot at the bear, completely hit you like right in the thigh, and I go, "Oh, I'm so sorry! Damn it, I'm so sorry."
Would have been such a good hit on the bear as well, but it got wasted on Tuggles. Okay, tell me, is there anything else you want to do?
I'll Boda's.
You want to reload one of your guns?
Yeah, I'll Boda's
with a
reaction
bonus?
loaded gun. I'm so sorry as I reload the same thing I just shot him with.
Yeah.
You're gonna reload the bad gun?
I mean, I gotta get both of them reloaded. It's only bad if you believe it's bad.
Cool.
I don't know. You're trying
Okay.
to believe a lot.
Right. This
Positive
bear has
energy.
multi-attack. It thankfully didn't get shot. Its first swipe is going to be at Tell. And if it hits, it's going to then go to be a concentration roll. Okay, Tell?
Okay.
So
And then-
that is 14 to hit.
No. But
No?
also, you have to do a wisdom saving throw for the guardian thing. Every time you start, the bear starts his
So-
turn as well.
I'm thinking we messed that up as far as when we said that you moved into the bear's space. I don't think he should have rolled then. I think at the start of every bear's turn, if he's in your space or tries to exit your space, is the roll.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah,
the
I
damage
looked
from
that up.
before would be what should be
You-
happening right now.
We'll count that as this
Okay.
one.
There we go.
But either way, the 14 missed. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, cool. Basically, it was going to potentially do the Tuggles, but you're still the annoying thing at the moment, so it's going to swing again. 15 to hit.
Nope.
No. Cool. Two big distracted swipes that there. It's caused it to back off a little bit from Tuggles. So Tuggles, you're no longer being pinned down because this thing stood up to try to hit Tell. Okay, so you're not pinned down, but you are prone. Okay?
Honestly, it's probably because I shot my gun and scared it is what helped.
Yeah. Okay. Porter runs here in front of Tommy and says to the rest of the group, "I'll protect you from Tommy." Because he saw what happened. Okay. And the closest thing is he kind of looks at you, and once again you can't really see much in the eyes, but the closest thing to a little smile in that moment because he's got his shell back to the bear and he's looking at you as he goes, "We're going to protect you from Tommy."
I don't have a clean shot.
Okay, cool. That's Porter's turn. Tuggles, you're up at the top. You are prone, but you're not pinned down.
All right.
Half movement to stand up.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Am I still within striking distance of this bear? Okay, so if I were to move like to this block right above me, would that be giving it an opportunity attack, or am I still within its striking range?
It's a bit big. Let's say it's still within its striking range.
Okay, so I'm gonna move
yeah.
here. It won't get an opportunity attack, but
No.
technically I'm now flanked by it and this thing, so it will
Yes.
get advantage.
Yes.
Taking that into consideration, I'm gonna go ahead and default the advantage and do a reckless attack against the elk. So now any attacks against me until my next turn have advantage regardless.
Okay. No
But
such
I
thing as double
also-
advantage. Yep. You're right.
No, yeah.
Exactly,
So, but I
yeah.
also get advantage. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a swing against the elk.
Okay.
So that's a nat 20 on the
Oh.
one. So
Yeah.
the first hit against the elk, what is that? Max damage, which is
Max damage plus whatever your
8.
next roll is.
Okay, so 8 plus we got here 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus my rage damage, which is my rage damage is 2, so 11 total on that one. Oh wait, plus 8. 11 plus 8. 17. 19.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So this thing is staggering. It's taken a lot of damage. It's been hit by magic missiles. It bore the impact of trying to gore into Claude, and it's taken these slashing attacks from yourself at the side.
Nice. So I'll use my second attack to see maybe if I can put it out of its misery. That's a 25 to hit.
Yep, that's gonna hit.
And that is gonna be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right? 8. Oh, 1d8. Okay, yeah, so 8, 13, 14 total on that one.
That's enough to extinguish that, and you just see basically it clap. The slash breaks through the flame antlers, and it crashes down into the ground, and disappears in the similar smoke and ash, but no sort of remnant material from that moment.
Nice. Alright, that is gonna be my turn.
Okay, cool. Claude, you're up.
Alright. I will move into range of the bear. And I'll just use a standard longsword attack. First one will be 23 to hit.
Sorry, what was the number again, sorry?
23.
Yep, that's gonna hit.
Alright, 4 damage. Garbage.
Doing this one-handed?
Yeah, because I'm holding a shield in the other hand.
Yep.
I will add. Let me go ahead and add a divine smite to that level 1. So 4 plus 5 for 9. All good.
Yeah. So what was the score? Sorry, altogether.
9 damage.
Altogether, actually, that yeah. So basically, your sword crashes straight into the bear, and once again, it also basically just roars and takes a massive sort of and it starts to shake, and ultimately dissipates into the ground. Okay, so you're basically left there in the room at the moment. However, you start to see some effects enter the room. And you see the boar stand light up. You see the bird stand light up. You see the elk stand light up. You see the bear stand light up. And then the room goes cold. And all the light in that dissipates. As that combat finishes, correctly, boar, bird, elk, and bear were defeated.
Had to do it again.
If one of them had to die, if one of them had died the wrong, which the bear very, very nearly did, all of them would have come back.
I knew that. That's why I missed my shot.
Yeah, we would have to have a talk about these listening skills of yours.
It was all on purpose.
Yeah, and basically in that moment, as that all sort of cools down, this room that looked like it had no exit, basically there's a door opening that's just like in amongst the brickwork, and it just opens up into a very, very cold room. There's a real chill factor in this room. When you decide to step through to it, if you do. So I will bring you here, and we'll get the characters in one more time. Tommy, Tell, Tobin, Nutbo, Porter, Claude, and Rian. Nope, I want the arrows. Let's get that.
In the last room, when the enemies were defeated, did they kind of like disintegrate into nothing, or was there any like remnant of them? Okay.
Disintegrated into nothing.
Yeah, I was thinking about looting their pockets too.
That is.
Is Porter still carrying Bo, or did he leave him like in the first?
He still got him. He still got him. He's basically been tied to his back the whole time. I was basically going to nicely bring us to today's session as Bo is starting to basically come around with that, and you're starting to say, well, you know, everything that you missed in this session. And if I change him to that, you should have the movement that you want, or can do. I think I've got everybody. Okay, cool. You're in a very, very cold, almost miniature amphitheater. At the far end of the room, there is an altar. But in front of that altar, there is a massive spectral spirit, almost hooded in smoke and cloud and fog, looking down upon you. And all that he says to you is, what will it be worth to you to continue this journey? And that's where we're going into room 3 of the Temple of Velen. And we're going to bring Bo into it. Hey, Bo.
Hey, Bo.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, guys. That's our session. Well done. Well done, Tricky Rian, right off the bat. Just being like, he's written something in the book. He's written it for a reason. Boar, bird, elk, bear. Because you were so close to destroying that bear, and you're right. You would have had to start the entire thing over again.
Order didn't matter to me.
A good grindy. Yeah. So yeah.
Excellent. Hell yeah.
Good. Really glad that session got started.
All right, gang. I will be right back.
okay.
Alrighty, everybody. We're on a commercial. Or we're on an ad break, I think. Unless my ad thing is just freaking out. Actually, I think just my ad thing is freaking out. Let's see. Let's try. Fresh. Much better. Okay. So, another great session. I'll get this edited up on the YouTube channel probably in the next 2 weeks or so. But it's always fun when we start battling and seeing our skills and abilities and whatever. But that was definitely a lot of fun. I will be live next week, Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday. We'll see. But definitely Thursday, Friday. But have yourselves a wonderful rest of the weekend, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.